Just push through it. Don't let your mood control you. Sit down and get it done. We've all heard that, and honestly, for a long time I tried to live by it. But here's the thing nobody talks about. When your nervous system is dysregulated, willpower isn't the problem. Forcing yourself to just work doesn't fix anything. It actually makes it even worse. A dysregulated nervous system isn't a mindset issue. It's not laziness. It's not a weakness. It's your body stuck in a state of stress or shutdown. And no amount of discipline is going to override that long term. So today I want to talk about a different approach. Not about doing more or pushing harder, but about working with your nervous system instead of against it. This is something I'm navigating myself. So this isn't a I have all figured it out video. It's more of a here's what's slowly, genuinely helping me. And I hope something in here helps you too. So let's start with mornings. One of the biggest things for me is no phone for the first 30 minutes after waking up. When you pick up your phone first thing, your nervous system immediately switches into reactive mode. Notifications, messages, information. Your brain has to process all of it before you've even fully woken up. If possible, I try to have a quiet breakfast. No screen, no background noise. Just eating. And then skincare. Which for me is more than just a routine. It's a small anchor that says you're here, you're present, the day starts gently. These aren't big dramatic changes, but for a nervous system that tends to run on high alert, small moments of calm in the morning actually add up. After that, I look at my to-do list, written by hand, either the evening before or in the morning. Not in an app. There's something about it seeing it on the paper that makes it feel more grounded. I don't try to plan every single moment of my life. I just identify 2 to 3 things that if I got them done, it would make me feel good about the day. When it comes to actual work, I work in blocks, with breaks in between. The nervous system needs rest in order to return to focus. I also try to notice when I naturally have the most energy. For me, that's mornings. That's why I film this video in the morning right before I go to my actual work. So I save the harder task for that window. And then there are days when it just doesn't work. When I sit down and feel like I'm hitting a wall, sometimes I just skip it. I rest. I try to listen to my body. Because a nervous system that's overwhelmed doesn't need a push. It needs a pause. And that's not a failure. That's part of the process. I'm still learning to fully believe that, honestly. But I'm getting there. After work, I often feel like I haven't done enough. Even on good days, my brain finds something to criticize. I try to notice that pattern without letting it run the show. I try to intentionally get bored, which sounds easy, but the moment it gets quiet, my head fills up with thoughts and unfinished things. So instead of reaching for my phone, I write it all down in a journal. No filter, no structure. Just get it out of my head and onto paper. I've also been building hobbies that absorb my full attention, like reading, knitting, drawing, things where my hands are busy and my mind can actually rest. It's a slow process, relearning how to just be without constantly doing, but it's one of the most healing things I have found. Now let's look at sleep and wind down routine, because this one is something I'm actively working on, because I used to completely underestimate it. Sleep is when your nervous system actually recovers, not just your body, your nervous system. And if you're cutting it short or going to bed already overwhelmed, that recovery doesn't fully happen. A few things that make a real difference. Trying to go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time every day, even on weekends. Because your nervous system loves rhythm and predictability. Dimming lights and avoiding screens for at least 30 minutes before bed, because light signals to your brain that it's still daytime. And doing something slow and quiet in that window, like stretching, reading a physical book, or just sitting with a cup of tea. I won't pretend I do this every single night. No. But on the nights I do, I genuinely feel the difference the next morning. A well-rested nervous system is a more regulated nervous system. And a more regulated nervous system makes everything else on this list easier. One more thing that's been really helpful are the exercises from She Breathes. She focused specifically on nervous system regulation, breath work, movement, and somatic practices. It's been a gentle but genuinely impactful resource for me. Look, this video isn't about having a perfect routine. It's about the idea that productivity doesn't start with time management. It starts with how you feel on the inside. And your nervous system isn't something to push through or override. It's something to work with gently over time. And I'm still on this journey. But I genuinely believe that every small, kind choice you make for your nervous system adds up. And you deserve to feel okay, not just productive, but actually okay. If any of this resonated, I'd love to know in the comments. See you in the next one. Bye.